Welcome to another edition of the Adjust the Mic podcast. It's been a few weeks. Episode 179. With me, we have Colleen with it.
Hello.
We also have, was that a bird? A plane?
Sounded like it.
It's Butter's dad.
Hey, it's T.
What's going on, T? How's it going? Butters barked at the perfect time back in the background, didn't he? He's like, it's me!
Celebration.
Is it really Butters?
We got Garth back over here with the Garth wig. We have a cool episode picture.
That has taken us making fun of him or whatever you will, comparing him to Garth. Seriously, and for Halloween,
and
he is Garth.
Tomorrow night's Halloween, so it's perfect.
And I feel like he is right behind us.
I'm one of your other hosts, Scott. And
I'd like to
thanks for joining us. Yeah, I know, right? I'd like to get by now. Last time you did that, I didn't pick up on exactly the scene. I knew the quote, so I watched it a few weeks ago. And when I saw that point when then he had to leave and come back and get his electric charger, and the whole thing, it was awesome.
Totally something
my
Thad would do.
sister's coming over for trick-or-treating tomorrow night for in the neighborhood with all the kids.
The whole town is coming over tomorrow night for trick-or-treating.
So,
for everybody that doesn't know, Scott lives in the one town in Titusville that people drive and drop their kids off and take over his whole entire neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
Like it gets wild in this neighborhood.
Start early, ends late.
How many buckets of candy did you buy?
I have 2 5-gallon buckets over there full, and then I got, 4 or 5 packs on top of those buckets.
And you gave us bags of candy when we came in.
Like at Target, we bought them out of candied apples. Like it was all in the clearance area where things were a little distant, and those are the best. So I just I kept buying them, and Allie kept going, how many of those are you going to get? I'm like, those are candied apples, and they're on sale. And it's the one gift that they're the best, right? Is there a better... I mean, I guess a Snickers bar or a full, Reese's Pieces, but that gets a little old to me. Like, that's been the shit forever.
I'm going to steal all the Twix and all the Milky Ways. And then my kids can have the rest.
Okay, I like both of those.
This lasts a long time.
Those, right? They're the best, right?
Yeah.
T's already, that's his third one.
I could just take them without the apple part, too.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is sugar daddies, right, that are on the outside.
I love sugar daddies.
Sugar daddies are so good.
There's a package. Me and Silas opened some of those yesterday.
Yeah.
And I've already eaten 5 packs of sugar daddies. I got to stop.
Forget about some candy,
it's a
right?
problem.
Halloween comes around, you forget about candies like that.
They're the best.
You're like, oh,
they're the
fuck,
perfect consistency. Do you remember the bee ones? It's like a nougat that was like
Did it come in a bag with all these candies that are wrapped in a single individual color?
Honeybee, OB. I can't think of the name.
I don't remember this.
I know what you're talking about. Maybe kind
of like a sugar daddy used to be on a big popsicle stick too, right?
That is a sugar daddy.
Yeah.
A sugar daddy's on the stick. A sugar baby was the little tiny ones that you got.
That's right.
You got in a bag. And I remember this because when I played Little League and you have the concessions in there, they always fucking had that. And I was always like,
I always like the sugar babies.
Well, the sugar babies, you could sneak them in real quick. But the sugar daddies tasted better. The sugar daddies tasted way better.
Yeah. Can I talk about something real quick? We went Saturday night. Silas... Allie went with her boyfriend a couple hours before us with his family to watch Five Nights at Freddy's. You know that new horror movie that just came out in theaters? It's based on a game, Five Nights at Freddy's.
All right.
You ever heard of it?
No.
Okay. Five Nights at Freddy's. It's kind of like if you want to compare it to something, it was a game, but it almost reminds you of a Chuck E. Cheese characters. You got the 4 or 5 characters that all sing in front of the thing, Well, it's a horror game, and my brother Aaron, he brought Silas's cousin Lincoln over Saturday. And all Silas and Lincoln were talking about is this Five Guys at Freddy's. We got to go see Five Guys at Freddy's. Silas has never one time to me demanded to go see a movie at a theater before. He's just not that kid. It took me a while to get him to going to the movies. He's all about it now, okay? But this this movie in particular, it was pretty awesome to see how excited he was. So I'm like, we're doing this, right? Even Allie, she's like, yeah, we're going to do this. I felt my age, right? Like, what the F are these kids?
Yeah. Is this a
into?
game
It's
too?
a
You said?
game.
Do they play it?
They used to play it back in the day. It was PlayStation, Xbox.
Oh, so this is a real game from in the
Yeah.
past, and now they're making a movie.
And I guess you
Okay.
can play it on
All
your
right.
computer, probably, and other things.
Showing your age.
And
I had no idea
at first, I
what
thought it was
you're
like a
talking
Roblox kind of game that turned into a movie or whatever. But Five Nights at Freddy's, if you go to like a Spencer's or you go to like Hot Topic, they all have the shirts and they all have the merch for this, game or whatever. Well, they made a movie out of it, right? And they have YouTube stars that used to play the game. That you know how kids watch other people play games on YouTube.
Yes.
They have YouTube stars and people in this movie inserted in certain areas, like a cab driver and another guy, waiter, and it's
So people they used to watch play this game are
yeah.
in
So
this
you're in the
movie.
movie theater watching,
Okay.
and like everybody erupts at certain parts, and you're like, "Why are you erupting right now?"
'Cause it's like a cameo.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, it's
Oh,
so
that's
and
so
so."
cool.
And like they're
Oh, how
like
cool.
15 minutes late. These four like teenagers, like Allie's age, sit right next to us to the right, and they're being a little loud and stuff. Not in like a bad way. They come and sit down and they're all excited to see the movie. But then as the movie's going on in certain scenes, they're like getting real animated and excited and like talking, within it in an entertaining way. And the whole crowd was. And it was just fun. It's a horror movie and it's these animatronic guys that kind of come to life.
I think I've seen a
And-
commercial or like a
And if
preview
you
for
go
it.
into this place, are you going to get out? And it's this whole story and there's a storyline to it. It was like, it's a PG-13. Okay. So it's family friendly, not too gory. People, I think, wanted it to be really gory and hardcore because it is kind of in the game or whatever, but they wanted it for kids to go, all these kids play it. And
I feel like there's a lot more
they
of these
loved it.
cult things come
Yeah.
out, right? Like in the movies, like everybody kind of was on the same playing field
Yep.
with that. It's that Taylor Swift
Yep.
movie that came out. It's all the Swifties go see it. Isn't it kind of fun
It
watching
is,
a movie
and
like
guess
that
who
where
the-
like
guess
people
who
are
one
into
of the
it?
lead or one of the main actors was in Five Nights at Freddy's.
Who?
What's his name from SLC Punk, from Without a Paddle, from Matthew? Is it
It's Lillard.
That's what I was.
So wait, are you talking about the guy from Scream?
Yeah.
'Cause if you could have just went with Scream.
That was the other one
Come
I was going to say. Yeah.
on. Talking about
SLC Punk. I mean, come on.
Yes, I know. But if you would have said Scream,
Without a
come on.
Paddle's my favorite. DB Cooper. Do you ever seen? Do you know what we're talking about?
I got a faint
Yeah.
whiff.
Faint whip.
He's good though. He's good at
I think
movies like that.
I think
He's
Garth
such a good
over here with
character.
the wig is fitting. I think it needs to stay.
Oh god,
You have to wear it every episode now.
get the nut.
Oh man, but he was the one of the main guys in it.
That makes a lot of
And
sense.
it's like it's almost like seeing Jack Black in Goosebumps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah,
It's
it's really
perfect.
cool. Actually, I like it. But yeah, going to do that movie and doing all that with the kids, the one of my favorite parts, and I'm gonna get us in trouble, I guess, but we were at Five Below to get candy
Mhm.
to take into the theater, and Silas has never snuck candy in.
Oh my god,
And
was he
we went
freaking
like
out?
not long ago with one of my coworkers, and his son like snuck a big old thing in the side, and you could see it, and we had to sit and wait a while, and there's this usher guy talking to us for like ever, and he didn't want to move because it would creak the sound of it. So like there was this whole thing. So I'm like, Silas, you're gonna sneak it in. I was trying to show him how to tuck it down in your pants a little bit and just walk in and just be cool and just act chill, and then I was acting like, dude, if they catch you, if they hear it, and if you don't act completely cool, just run.
Oh
And
my
if you
god,
run,
Scott, what
I
are you
said, just
teaching
have
your
phone
kid?
on you, and then text us where you are. We'll pick you up. And I said, just run, dude. Just go. And he's like, you could just, he was processing like
Oh my
the nervousness
god.
and like,
You're
is this
messing
real?
with
Is
it.
this not like, man, do I want to do
Please
this?
tell me you told
So
him.
he was unsure at first,
That
but
is
then he was
great.
fine. And I watched him when we were going in, and he acted so just nonchalant, had his hands in his pocket, just kind of was like, no, I'm good. I don't need anything. Like, oh, you don't need anything. You don't want any candy or anything.
Hey, what does happen
He's
to
like,
you?
no, I don't need any candy. Huh?
What happens if you get caught for real?
I don't
I
know.
want to know as well.
You just toss it? Does he even
doubt it.
care? Like, I wish that we had
doubt-
like
I
an
doubt it.
ask me anything for a movie
I doubt
worker.
it.
Be like, hey, like, what happens? That poor kid, man. Please tell me you told him later not to fucking
It
do
was
that.
the best. It was so funny. Yeah.
I don't know. You might want to have a real talk.
Yeah, that was good.
Because you don't want him to grow up thinking that kind of logic and then running from the
Yeah, I
police.
hear ya.
Like,
So, how you doing?
I'm
Yeah.
good.
You've been
Yeah.
going to Disney
Yep.
all the time. You've been telling me about the Legos too, huh? You have like a
Yep.
Lego village. Is it
We
like
do.
Beetlejuice? Is it?
We have a huge table. We have 2 Lego trains.
Is it like Beetlejuice?
Cut roads. Yeah, kind of. It's becoming that
That's
way.
awesome.
We're finding ways to make like power lines and stuff to put along it. Because Declan
Hear
wants
this,
power
Steve?
lines. So we just got like a little
Right.
village. So it's a Lego village.
That's amazing.
It's really fun. We have a lot of fun. Brent and I have a lot
Like,
of fun
like
with it.
that's a lot of Legos. That's awesome.
So many Legos. But the kids all really like
And
it.
y'all just
Yeah.
y'all have sections like towns that you make. That's your town. Like
No. But I mean, there's
Declanville,
an amusement
you know?
park, there's houses, there's fire station, a police station, a
you
bank,
guys need to divvy up the properties.
ice cream shop.
Divvy up the properties.
The kids
Put
don't care about
boundary
that.
lines and stuff.
Let me tell you what the worst sound
Make
is.
sure it's
Like you set
equally
all this up
political, you know.
and you hear the crash of Legos on the floor.
Yeah.
And those
You
trains are not
Republican,
easy
you
to put together. It's like, oh my God. Hey man, let's talk about fantasy football.
Let's talk about it.
Ready to
What's
go.
happening?
Dude, my team is not even done yet. And I have 185 points.
So
I should have over 200 points tonight because I got Gibbs, the running back from
let's
Detroit.
see here. What are you doing here?
I'm sucking right now. I am not doing well. But
I still have a chance to win. I'm 75% underdog.
you do not have a chance to win. Oh, I guess maybe you do.
Who do I? Oh, I got Adams. I have a
You didn't
I have
even
a
pay
guy in the
attention.
IR,
Yeah. Yeah, you're playing a guy on the IR.
and well, I didn't score any points on the bench really. Anyway, Robinson would have been better.
Yeah, my team went off yesterday. So I went to
Let me find yours.
we did a park hop yesterday, went Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom.
Oh, nice.
And BJ texted me and he's like, dude, Hopkins might get you like 30 points. And I was like, I haven't even looked at my fantasy. And I looked down, it's like, you have 9 touchdown alert messages. I'm like, what? Every player on my team but my defense like went the fuck off. I will have over 200 points by the time tonight if Gibbs shows up.
You're projected to have 202.
Yeah.
So we have a fantasy football problem.
What?
Brent was telling you about it just not as active anymore. We're not all as
Right.
like, you guys are very active in the chat, it seems.
Yeah, well, like it's always me and BJ and Brent kind of thing. You know, I like Laura talked in it today,
I don't ever.
and Travis gets in it. But well, because she noticed like my team like went
Yeah.
off like because I was playing Travis
Yeah.
this week. It's the only time my team will beat Travis because God knows the Giants can't beat the fucking Cowboys ever. One time in like 10 fucking years they've won. I think I'm not kidding. I've given Travis
Hill's killing
$5
it
so
for
many
you.
times,
And Herbert's just a great quarterback.
and he was number one. Glad I got him
And
over Kelsey, to be
Pittman's
honest.
been very solid all year because I had him in the league. You have a good team, man. Kittle's really had a bounce back year. He's kind of
Finally,
he's
yeah.
been kind of he's still hot or cold, but still, I mean, Henry's Henry, you know.
Yeah.
So you got a good team. You did well.
Yeah. I gotta get a new team because San Francisco. I don't know what happened to them. I had their defense, but I got 2 game losses
Well,
now. I gotta get rid
If
of
you
them.
need any help, just let me know. If we make some trades, you know,
I don't need
grease,
your help.
Grease any
I
wheels.
don't trust you. You've cursed my car
So we
twice.
can- I did curse
outta
her car,
here.
and that worked.
It did work, and I don't like
Yeah, I
you.
cursed her car. I put a voodoo doll in there, and she did not
Damn.
win any fantasy games until I removed it. Her and
Is it
Brett.
like
I think I
within the
won that
rules?
year because of it.
You did
I
win
won
that
the
year.
whole championship that year.
So mad.
Voodoo magic.
Yep, he's hanging around.
Was it
Yeah,
phenomenal?
he's hanging around here.
Thank you, Jason Miner.
There's a little yellow doll up there next to the Batman mask, hanging on the wall. That's phenomenal. And that's who did it. That's who won for me. Thank you, Joe Miller. Appreciate you, buddy.
Jason Miner came up with that name.
Yeah, it was Jason.
Jason's like number 1 in our league
Yeah,
right
he's
now, isn't he?
killing
He kills it every year.
He's good at this game.
He is.
Jason Miner.
He's good at this game.
He's the manager of grills at Riverside
Oh, okay.
in Melbourne. We
Yeah.
need to go down there and
Definitely.
visit him. Maybe we'll get the VIP
Yeah,
treatment.
that'd be cool.
Be like,
I love it down there. It's
clear table,
always
please.
nice down there.
Jason's people are coming through.
Yeah.
I helped open that place when I
Oh,
worked at
did you?
Grills. Mm-hmm. It is awesome. It's beautiful.
I remember getting to go to Fish Lips before they opened, like the pre-opening.
Oh, yeah?
Because we lived down there, so we were always in that little area and knew people. Andrea bartended over at this Graham's over there.
Yeah, I can't believe how different.
It's
it
so
looks, man.
different. It was so ghetto when
It's
we were there.
shocking.
Yeah.
Grills is shocking. What I worked at and what's there now is
We
like
were there
not
in
even
like
the same.
07 or 06, I think it was 05 or so when all those hurricanes came through. And we were there because our power went out. And Jared and Derek drove out there from Titusville because their power was out. Dodging, like crazy situation, drove all the way out to Cocoa
I
Beach.
bet.
Got out there to us. Our power went out. And I'm 3 blocks off the ocean, but I was upstairs. I was over on Washington Avenue by Cherry Down Park, And so we drove down to Graham's, go in there, and there's this drunk lady in there. She bit Derek in the ear. Like she tried to come up on him and dance and tried to whisper something in his ear and then like bit him. And he's like, ew, you
Ew.
bit me, dude. It was hilarious.
Oh my god!
We lost it. It was the funniest.
I love
It was
Cocoa
the
Beach.
best. Like,
You never know what's gonna happen at Cocoa Beach. Like if you have a night and you're planning to go to Cocoa Beach, like especially our age,
Beware.
it's like, dude, you're gonna get in
And
trouble.
It's all risky.
Because like you're gonna run into people you haven't seen in forever, and when you do,
Driving.
you're like, we're in fucking Cocoa
and
Beach
then
right
driving
now.
anywhere is a risk, especially there.
You better get an
Exactly.
Uber. Like there's no driving.
You
Get
have
Ubers.
to.
We're way too old to be driving
Yeah.
like that. No,
I loved living
No.
down there, though. It was nice.
I lived in Cape
That
Canaveral
was
for a while.
pre-kids and everything.
I don't know how I did that. How I'm still alive, I don't know. Like I live in some sketch areas, and I'm like alive to tell the story, man. It's crazy. There's a La Quinta Inn, you know where that is? On the back side of like
over-
A1A, like by that Circle K that's on the back road by the port.
I
Like
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
you know what we're talking about?
Yep.
I do
It's
know what
like
you're talking about.
when you jet off to the side, or you can keep
Yep.
going. Like if you're past, yeah. My house was literally like right behind there, and it was insane.
Dang, man.
I'm
So,
hardcore.
T, what you got going on, man? I haven't got to talk to you in a little while. Both of you guys. It's kind of weird. It's kind of nice getting to talk to you guys a little bit.
Lots of music making.
Yeah.
And jamming and manual labor.
Been working Kyle in the 8 Minute Mile, right?
Yes.
We got to get him on the show here before too long.
Oh yeah, I spoke with him and I believe Quill.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, we have to get Quill on. It's a must.
Maybe all
Like
at
it's a
once,
priority.
they're saying.
Yeah, both of them for sure. But yeah, because they're good friends as well. So let's make it a group affair. We'll have a little thing here, have them all over or whatever. Yeah. Once I get my schedule kind of locked into where I understand stuff, because I want to be able to hold that commitment. We'll make that happen. Because that'll be a good time. T's been like, it's isn't the drummer a Monica Cousins aunt?
Niece.
Okay. So there's a young band. He's grandpa producer over here, producing these young kids and teaching them how to get that music produced. And
I can't take him seriously with that hair right now. I'm so
it's
sorry.
really cool, man. This guy now, right? It is kind of funny.
Or you could say that they're graciously letting me knock out some demo mixes that hopefully get better every time.
And it's been fun because I've gotten to listen to and watch him just grow and learn. He's just like every time you talk to him, he starts
Rookie.
yapping this producer knowledge stuff at me, and it's like, oh, what? You know what? And it's really good, man. It's awesome. I mean, he's actually helped me level up to where we're using better software, to record and do this show and everything.
He's so modest. Every time you say something nice about him, He starts to blush.
Yeah,
I
I
can
know.
see it
Hey, man.
through the hair.
Yeah.
Hey, take the compliment. You deserve it.
Cool.
Low
Thank you.
pressure, man. It's very low
right.
pressure situation.
Dad from low pressure is in the building. Oh my god! Sorry. I turn that
No,
off.
we still have music that we haven't released yet. Like
pressure. Buddy.
that's the guy.
Hey, I wonder, like, if we had social media back then, like we do
Yeah.
now, like, I wonder how far your music would have gotten.
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Like, I wonder what it would have been
Yep.
like. It would have
was
been a lot
really good.
different, for
Yep.
sure.
No,
Yeah.
seriously.
Especially for that time period that we were
Yeah.
living in. Your music just fit, like,
it
well, at
was
least fit
still-
our
that-
scene.
I feel like it was still a period though too where there was a lot of when you tell me that I have no idea what I'm talking about right now. But the getting a contract and doing that kind of stuff, there was a lot of bending and folding. You had to kind of fit some kind of narrative that the person with the contract wanted you to be, even if it wasn't all you. Like I kind of got that from like even the Nature Kids from New Smyrna. They had a little battle with that in their contracts.
I was part of a couple of extreme examples that are very, very funny.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Want a little snack?
Yeah,
of it?
let's go.
Okay. So
Heck
low
yeah.
pressure, whatever we were, our kind of genre mix, what we had going by like the first album, at least some people got a sniff on it and had some meetings with us. And I remember this one meeting, they had like the guys who were representing like people putting the whole deal together and the money and all that. They had the loud, like, roll around with it guy, and then they had the quiet, reserved, like, the two guys working it. And I remember I heard some stuff like, it's going to be low pressure, but it's going to be more in the vein of, and then you remember like, woo, there it
Oh
is.
yeah,
95 South and stuff.
Oh my
I
god!
was like, man, it can happen, but
The
it's kind of a
fucking-
brain bender to
it'd be
throw up on.
Thad and the 69 boys.
What?
It was just,
Could you imagine?
it
Let's
was
see
kinda
that
funny,
Tootsie
right?
roll.
Like what?
That's kind of funny. That would be
Wild.
funny, actually. That would
So yeah, that was,
Everything could have been
that would've been
different. Sign us
Yeah,
up.
that would've been awesome.
it was when it was trying to get locked up, or at least like kind of trying to get locked up. It was me and Jimmy Beach and I, and going over to like to the meeting and stuff. And man, we were just like starting to like feel it in our bodies. Like, yeah, this ain't feeling like. And I remember at the very end, it's like, man, what are we doing? We're gonna take a left turn and go to Olive Garden and smoke a big ass joint and eat some good food. That's what we did.
Isn't it weird when
Yeah.
your body, you just can listen to your body like that and you just
feel like
know,
you know.
like in your gut. Yes.
And you're pressed. Yeah, you
Yeah.
feel a little bit pressed.
Well, it's like they think that you're begging, and they want to portray
Yeah.
that they don't need. You know what I mean? So it's got to feel right. You got to feel wanted.
Yeah.
It just has to. So,
Are we
yeah,
gonna
let's
take a break?
so I can get the dogs under control. They're out
Okay.
there
Cool.
wilding out at everybody walking by.
In the
All the
kingdom.
exercisers.
Man. These images no longer can exist.
And we are back from break and calling breaking news.
I don't have breaking news. It's sad. I had another one of those moments where I wake up and I have so many missed messages, and I was terrified to look, and then I woke up and saw that Matthew Perry had died.
Yeah.
From friend. I love my friends so much. They were reaching out to me, telling me this. Because last time it was like this when Taylor Hawkins died, and I was like, oh my god, like what happened. And I was just so shocked because I listened to his audiobook, which was really freaking good.
Well,
And he talks about how many times he's been to rehab, how many times he's had detox. And I was like, I never would have thought he would have died. I mean, and of course, he died in his jacuzzi from drowning. They haven't done toxicology reports. I'm not saying he had died from drugs or anything, but you just weren't. If he were still doing drugs, I would expect to hear like he died.
yeah.
But hopefully,
He's in his 50s.
54, I think.
Yeah. He's the man, dude. Like on Friends, he was cool. He was awesome.
He made that character like so funny. And I mean, every time people will ask me to this day, who's your favorite Friends character? I have always said Chandler. Chandler.
Yeah,
It's just no one ever had a character like that before.
When he was rooming with Joey.
Yeah.
And they had that the thing that was too big.
The extra long. Yeah.
That went over top of their
the TV
doors.
stand.
Yeah. And he would hide in the bottom of it, remember? Or got stuck or some
stuck
kind
in
of
there.
shit.
All their stuff got
All that
stolen.
stuff was great. And they always had the guy that they point down and see down the naked old man or naked guy.
Yeah.
It was good, man. It was a good show.
It's sad because he talked about that in his book. He can't even watch that show back because when he looks at it, he just thinks of like, oh, I was on opiates. I was drunk. I was doing cocaine, like.
Yeah. We were at,
brutal.
Shortly after we got married, we were at Universal Studios back, as kids.
Mm-hmm.
And, Andrea, that's Friends. That was her shit. Always watched it.
Yeah.
And we're walking in it wasn't close to our marriage. It was when she got married to David Arquette.
Oh, yeah.
Their honeymoon, we just happened to be there at Universal Studios walking around, and they walked right by us.
No way.
And she's short, right?
Yeah.
And it was like they had an entourage, and she walked by, and Andre stopped in her tracks, and Courtney looked at her and said, "Hi," in her voice, like it's her, right? I'm like, oh shit. Andrea ignores her, doesn't respond. She's just
frozen,
shocked. And she smiled because she saw that she was frozen about it and just kept walking, obviously. And Andrea's like, "Oh, I'm like, yeah, you just fucked that up. You really fucked up." We were laughing. It was good. It was awesome.
For all of us,
it was
our
cool.
friends our age, like that show, like I know how Andrea feels because that's how I was with my friends. We all watched that show. Like that show, like I still watch it to go to sleep. It's either that or Big Bang Theory, like every
Were they
night.
in Scream too?
She was in Scream
With David Arquette.
Yeah. That's, I think, how she met him. That's how they got together.
Yeah.
Trivia question.
Isn't it? Yep.
Sorry, the one with...
Dude, your hair, it's like a wave right now on the top.
Okay.
You like Flock of Seagulls? No, but I can tell you do.
Did you see the wave?
Yeah.
Do you see it? It's cool.
Sorry, go ahead.
So Matthew Perry and Bruce Willis and Amanda Peet, and they were in Canada, and what was that film?
Oh.
Somebody's got to know.
Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
That poor motherfucker. I feel so bad.
What was that movie? The 9 Yards or something like that?
Red?
Gangster, like he was
The Red? Where
was it the whole 9 Yards?
Probably.
Or that or Red, where it's got the hot girl from Weeds in it that he's saving. And then there's the old chick and then there's
I think Amanda Peet
John
was
Malkovich. Being John Malkovich.
I don't know where you're going, but I love that film.
That's good.
I'm pretty sure it's the whole 9 Yards, you guys.
Okay,
I
there it is.
could
Thank
totally
you.
be looking it up on.
I know. I
TV,
don't know why
but
you're not
I
looking
just
up. You're making us look
I
dumb.
don't want to do work right now.
It's definitely the whole 9 Yards.
Is it?
Yes.
He's losing everything, right? Is it dementia or something, Bruce Willis?
It's a particular kind of malady, I guess.
It's bad.
I don't know the name.
Dementia diagnosis. But he's like, to be someone that's been on the screen and been in our lives for how many years, like he's our YouTube star kind of guy, right? Like kids that watch YouTube, like I was talking about Five Guys at Freddy's, like they all, like these are the guys that were in every freaking movie. They were the viral guys.
Well,
They were
him
in
and Matthew
everything.
Perry were really close.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's why he went on Friends and did that thing, because I
Yep.
think they
Oh,
lost
big
some
time.
kind of. They talk about it. He talks about it in his book.
They did a lot of cocaine together.
I bet.
I mean, they did a roast on Bruce Willis, if you ever watch it, and the whole roast is everybody talking about, even Courtney, or what's his ex-wife,
yeah, Demi Moore.
Demi Moore, talking about all the cocaine they used to do. You know what I mean? Like,
I know. I gotta go back and watch the damn roast.
You have to watch it. It's
Okay,
really good.
I will.
But like, and he's sitting there having to take all of it, you know. And I think they did that to give him one last big hurrah
Did he
of
have
his
dementia
life.
then?
That was at the start of the diagnosis. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I'm right about that.
Wow.
Don't
Okay.
fact check me fully, but
I never thought about it, but you might be right.
I'm pretty sure that's why they did that roast. I think it was for the start of that reason. But yeah, dude. It's yes, I haven't seen you. We were saying earlier since we went and hung out at the hardware on a Sunday, right?
Yeah.
And who was all up there? You had Karen, you had your mom. I got to hang out with your mom.
Just hang out with my mom and my dad, Heather and Richard.
That's right.
Karen and Tom.
That's the first time I really sat down with Richard and Heather and actually talked to them a little bit.
Aren't they the best?
Like, we know each other. They stole my magnets off our car.
That's right.
BDM magnets.
You guys and your
News junkie magnets and
your
stuff.
Tom and Dan bond.
Oh yeah, I love it.
You guys, for
Heather
Tom and
too.
Dan, everybody that likes Tom and Dan, when they meet each other, they are immediately best friends, and they just like get each other.
I dated a girl out in Orlando, and we went to this big table. We're all eating together at Marlowe's Tavern, big brunch thing, and some guy sitting across me. You're a Tom and Dan fan? Yeah, I am. Hell yeah, I am. Boom, we're talking the whole time.
Yep.
Nobody else was talking except us two about Tom and Dan.
That was fun. Then we came back here, and you took me on a golf cart ride from hell through your neighborhood.
How awesome is that?
It was very cool. But there was definitely some sketch areas.
Very, right?
And you did nothing to put me at ease.
The serial
People die
killer
over
woods.
here. It's true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's like tires. There's
It's a
some
ghost
weird,
that lives out here.
There's weird things
Murders
out there.
people.
Yeah.
But only girls with dark hair, so don't worry. You know, I think I'd be a little concerned.
It's all going to get developed before we know it.
That's right.
I think they're having on November 9th another big meeting. And it's going to be a bigger one because they didn't have enough room at the Harry T. Moore place, and now they're going to some Park Avenue place bigger.
Dang.
To
discuss
the plans there. I guess like a lot of the members that live in this neighborhood were like putting up hey, we got these questions, we have these things that we're concerned about.
Mm-hmm.
So supposedly, I guess they're trying to answer them now. I don't know, and I know like it's a weird thing. Okay. Growing up, this
is the property that used to be the golf course, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all the Sherwood property and everything, and it's all been sold to a development company down in Miami. And so here's just a quick little background: is my grandfather used to work at John Green Logistics down on 46, where the Dollar General thing is there now. There used to be like a little office there on the corner. And then the Sugar Creek gas station across the street, trucks would park over there and stuff. Yeah. My grandfather at one point was getting plans drawn up to build a truck stop right there. And now there's a Love's right across the street now, in today's age. And that just got built, but behind Sugar Creek, that was all going to be planned to be a truck stop, like a Love's, kind of deal.
Up against the KOA.
Yeah, yep. And all of that property, and the Sherwood Lantern Park neighborhood, the community came to the meetings and really put up a fight to where they stopped trying to do that. They didn't want to. It was going to be a big fight, you know what I mean? So it's like now I live in this neighborhood as an adult, and now this is happening, and this is where like everybody in this neighborhood that's lived here for years, that has a right to make that fight right now. They've bought here to live on a golf course.
Yeah.
To live, in a golf community. Everybody here has golf carts. We have a golf cart parade with 500 plus people on it. We keep that golf cart property very busy.
And these houses are nice.
All of the people that live on there for the last, 10 years since it's been off and on shut down, or longer probably, I'm totally throwing that number out, but have been mowing sections themselves. their kids will put up soccer areas, or they'll fix the golf course and play a little golf in a hole, and use the property and not let it get overgrown and crazy. So there's like a lot of good things, that community has done with that property, and to get it sold, and that we have flooding issues here. So it's interesting to see kind of what's going to happen, and how that's all going to progress.
Being a grown up.
Yeah.
Doing grown up things.
It is.
How's your dad doing? Speaking of grown ups.
He's doing pretty good right now, actually.
Okay.
He's at the house. As soon as we're done, I'm running out the door.
Cool.
Head over there. I got night shift. He is, he's had cancer for a while, melanoma and everything. And there's like a Wednesday right after we hung out where he went into the emergency room just with some stomach issues and everything. And what ended up happening, it's kind of weird, is he had like a stomach sucked into his intestines. It's called insumption. So it was making it to where he couldn't hold down any food. So you're just like having a lot of, acid reflux, a lot of, throwing up and stuff. And what happens when you get cancer and it's in that area, it can kind of, I don't know this to be a fact that this is fully the result. We're waiting on some results on some other things, but what eventually they had to open him up, he was in there for a few weeks, but open him up and get 2.5 weeks or so. That stomach part removed, and they only removed like a foot of his small intestines because it had a lot of blockage in it with the cancer and all that kind of stuff. So we got to learn a little bit more, have it all done. But first off, like, you don't see your, like, he's my dad, right? You don't see dad balls and penises as much in these horrible situations. Like, for my whole life.
Are we going here right now?
For my whole life, one time I saw my grandpa's dong by mistake.
Why are we talking about this?
One time. And it was like, he was in the free, like right out of the shower, middle of the day. I was my lunch break, and he was like chugging some milk out of the
How
fridge.
Did my life get here?
Schlong donging it, right? And Grandpa was he had a horse thing going on over there, right? So, and it was always it's a running joke in the family, right? But my dad, so it gets to a point of being there so many days and then the pain and everything that he just don't give a fuck anymore. So there's no underwear on. It's there. And when nurses are coming in, at first I was trying to hide it, and he's like, "Don't hide it, son. It's fine. Who cares? I don't give a shit. Just not." That's not what I'm focused on, son. I'm over here like, oh my God, it's a wiener. Hide it.
God.
And in some of these dark, weird moments, there's like if you have the right nurse, it can kind of make or break a situation.
You have to be able to laugh at it, man.
You have to.
Otherwise, you want your dad to be as comfortable as possible.
When I think about someone when I've been in the doctor for kidney stones, I've had a few occasions with my knee that I've the surgery where I've had to be in the hospital for a while. You want to treat all of your nurses the best. They have a heart at I overthink some of that sometimes. He's to the point, and he's older. They just a different. My grandpa's a total different mind. My grandpa ripped out his stuff, and fell. He just would. He would want to. He's not staying. He's leaving. He's going home. If he can walk, he's going home. My dad has a little bit of that in him, and he's got that little. Certain nurses, when they would come in, he would be like so sweet, and then other ones, every time they come in, he would just they're real nice, but he'd get salty with them. I was like, he just didn't like them.
Oh my God.
And I was trying to mitigate some of that, and it was hilarious. We'd laugh about it. But one nurse, I'm not going to say her name just because she was the G. She was the best nurse. She was the funniest.
Oh yeah.
She was awesome. And when you have to give an old person suppositories, things like that, for whatever, To them it's nothing.
Yeah.
Like to them it's absolutely
Nothing.
like they're doing that in every room.
Yeah.
For years. It's nothing to them. It's just like us watching a dish.
Yeah.
Okay, seriously. And that's how it was, they're explaining it like it's, just what we, and if he's in the bathroom pooping, it's like one of the best things. Like there's cheering going on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in certain, you know what I mean? It's hilarious. But she had to give him a suppository and he was like, "You gonna marry me?" And I'm like, "What?" I said, "What?" Because I said, "Where are you getting the ring at? Is she gonna put the suppository in and come out with a ring? Like would you make her a mud diamond?"
You just pray to God this nurse is cool.
We both lost it. It was so funny. It was the perfect thing. It was. We all laughed so hard. It was so good.
Most nurses are pretty good about that kind of
They
stuff
are.
too.
Yeah. But man, we were at Parrish, and the big thing that I wanted to say is like Parrish has these sometimes horror stories or some you have people that have them or whatever. Man, for us, like I've been there a few times and I've always had a good experience personally.
Yeah.
Always.
Same.
Yeah.
Emergency room, anywhere, always a good experience. If it was a bad experience, it wasn't because of somebody there. It was just the circumstance, not them. But man, he had such. You have to have an advocate, let me say, at a hospital because there's a lot of moving pieces, and they have a guy named Carlos that runs their hospital there that does the whole networking. That guy's a badass. I was like,
That's awesome.
Keeps the gears moving, huh?
You need somebody like that on your side for sure. Carlos?
yeah, he was awesome.
Oh.
I had a couple positive experiences there, and when I get that bug in my ear.
You had a bug in your ear?
Yeah, in the summer it did like a kamikaze like into my
No
ear,
way.
and it just.
So what, they have to take like tweezers and take it out?
No, they poured some goop in it.
Ugh.
You got to pee in it, right?
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you say pee in it?
I think that's what you do, right?
It's not a jellyfish sting.
I'll call Carlos, see what he says.
Yeah.
They smothered it, and then they drained it, and then they did it again, and it sloughed out.
Wow.
And it was so mental. I knew
Did you keep it?
immediately that I was going to the hospital.
Put
Yeah,
it in a jar?
yeah,
You still have it?
yeah.
Can you bring it over for show and tell next week?
Sure.
I want to see it.
All right.
Damn.
I guarantee I'll bring it. No,
I got my kidney stones. We can
Kidney
we can do
stones?
show and
You
tell.
make an instrument, get some
I got them
rattles
in
going
my
on.
closet there. My
You
little
want to hear
thing.
something? I had to have Keegan's ears had to get cleaned out at Nemours where they had to put him under.
Yeah.
And I told him I wanted to keep the shit they took out of there. And I have it.
You do?
Yeah.
What, are you going to do something like mold it and put
No,
it in something?
I
or
just was so curious to see.
encase it in like a glass of ward?
No,
you know?
I'm just like one of those sickos who just like wanted to see what was in there blocking up his ears.
Oh, yeah,
like what the
yeah.
wax looked like. I like to see that. Like I love watching the pimple popping videos and like just seeing that gross shit.
I do. I kind
I
of
love
do
it.
too. I watched
So I was like,
a
I
lot
want to
of
see
them.
that wax shit. Like I can't watch it being pulled out, but I want to see what you pulled out of my kid's ears that have been blocking his
I
earring.
find it so wild that someone can just pop a little thing on someone's arm and like a botfly or something,
Oh.
and it just shoots out that ooze forever.
A
Man.
ricotta.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Dude, one time Brent had a splinter in his finger and like his mom and I were trying to get it out for so long and we put this like hot compress on it. And I remember she squeezed aside. That splinter was so long and it shot straight up. And we were like, whoa! And then it just went and sucked right back down. It was so crazy. But like, man, when that thing came out, I think we felt more relief than Brent did. Me and his mom were just like, yes.
There's
It's like,
nothing more annoying than just a little one, but to have a big old oh man.
like, I don't know about you guys, but what did Andre ever pop like zits on your back and stuff like that?
Oh yeah. You ever watch the videos on TikTok where they got the doctor that talks about what it is while the procedure's happening?
Oh yeah, the pimple popper stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I hate it 'cause-
there's a whole rabbit hole of it.
Man, when I met Brent, he had plenty to pop. And now he's back's all clean and he's got like maybe one every once in a while. And he's such
Damn it.
he's always such a wimp about it. I go to it hurts.
You need to get like
Sit
get him
still.
a present, and it's one of those, those packaging popper things,
Yeah.
a vest for him,
Oh, that's not going to be helpful.
so he could lay there
that's
and you could
nowhere
just
near
sit
the
behind
same.
him and just pop him
It's not the same.
instead of
No.
hurting his healthy back.
No. God, I'm sick. All right, that's enough. We need to
That was a
go.
pretty creative
We
solution
got to
to your
watch the
problem.
Lions tonight, though.
But shout out to Tessie at the hospital too, Carlos, Jackie, Dr. Patel.
Dr. Patel. Dr. Patel.
Patel's had surgery
Yeah,
on.
he's cool.
He removed my
I
tonsils.
think my grandfather on my mom's side, my grandmother on both sides. He might have done mine.
Dude, how many surgeries on people in Titusville has he done?
That's my dad was like, dude, did my whole family.
I think he's done for real.
Yeah.
It's like the Kevin Bacon game. Everybody is only like a few people away from somebody who's had surgery.
He's so hard to understand, and he's so quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's so routine to him. All this stuff, he just does his thing.
Thank you, Dr. Patel.
But like, so it took us a little while to go, are we doing this for the right reason? You know what I mean? And once we kind of got down why we were doing it, it was all, all systems go.
Confidence was high.
Oh yeah, and he killed it, dude. He was awesome. Anyway, let's call it a night. Cool with that?
Yes.
Yes.
It was nice catching up with you guys.
Appreciate
It
you
was
guys
good,
coming to hang
It's
out.
good to see you guys.
Happy Halloween.
I know tomorrow's
Have
big
fun
night.
tomorrow,
I
man.
know. Can't
Everybody,
wait.
everywhere.
Good luck to you.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, Beetlejuice playing, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna after I go to my dad's, I'm gonna come back and get the projector set up out there for tomorrow night and everything. Like I said, my sister's coming into town and all that stuff too.
Have fun.
She's gonna be probably Wayne or Garth tomorrow.
Send a photo.
Party on.
Party on.
Signing
Hey, Mr.
out.
Donut Head Man, who's trying to kill you? I don't
Got me a
know,
gun
but he
rack?
better
Okay.
not.
Bye.
Bye.
Blender, like a sea urchin or a long cactus thing, and you can't go to the hospital or you're in Barbados or something, and you clean it and you get the inside a cracked egg, not a boiled one, but it's a raw egg. There's that little film, and you put the goop and that on it, and you fan it and blow dry it, and then you peel it off, and it sucks it up a little bit. Then you do another one. You got a shitload of them for hours, and it'll draw a splinter out every time it dries up. That little skin, you peel it off, throw it away. And somebody's cracking eggs real light and peeling the skin. It'll suck a splinter far and fast, but you have to have a buddy do it for you if you can't reach it, because I've seen it with urchins and cactuses, if you want to say it, but if you don't, it's cool.
I got it.
Double damn.
I got it.
All right.
That's gonna be like a whole intro to something. That's gonna that was a Garth fucking rant. That was gold.
Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright. Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright.
Dude, that's just killer. Oh, dude, that was awesome.